Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Waller's Wallet, and in this video, we're gonna take a look at how you can become a tax-free millionaire by investing as little as $6.58 a day. And this is all starting with an account balance of $0. And I'll give you some tips on how to make this easier for you as well, so you can make this become a reality. And the thing is, this is actually possible, and it's more possible than you may want to believe. Now, if you want a simple way to help out this channel, consider hitting that thumbs up button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn that bell notification on as well so you don't miss out on future videos. Now, when you're starting from nothing, having $1 million, it may seem unrealistic or unattainable, but the trick here is to break it into smaller, more attainable pieces. For example, I used to run a lot, and some of my longer runs were between 10 to 15 miles. And sometimes on those runs, I would think 15 miles was just too much, and mentally it would be really tough, especially on days when it was below freezing. So I had to change how I thought of it. Instead of thinking of it as just a one chunk 15-mile run, I went 1 mile, and then one more mile, and then one more, and I just broke my run down into 15 different 1-mile chunks. And at some point, you just kind of got into a rhythm and the miles just happened really without you thinking about it. And I think that is how you should approach this goal. Because if you break it into smaller chunks, mentally, it's not going to be as stressful or overwhelming. Now let's get into how you can do this. Now first, let's touch on how this is going to be tax-free. Now, if you haven't seen my other videos talking about it, a Roth IRA is a fantastic account to invest in as long as you can meet the income requirements to directly contribute. But with the Roth IRA, you get to contribute money tax-free and withdraw it tax-free, and all the gains over those years are also tax-free. So using a Roth IRA is going to be very important here to become a tax-free millionaire. Now, if you make too much money, you can still use a traditional IRA, although you are going to pay taxes when you withdraw that money later in life. But not paying taxes on the growth or withdrawals can save you tens of thousands of dollars, which is a lot of money. Now, for long-term investing, which is what we're doing here, compounding interest, it's going to be your best friend, because the more time you have in the market, the more compounding that can take place, which is going to help you in the long run. And by making consistent contributions, you're also getting to take advantage of dollar cost averaging. Now, I said for just $6.58, you can become a millionaire. So let's take a look at our compounding interest calculator to see how this can happen. Now, we have our initial investment of $0 and a daily investment amount of $6.58, which is a monthly contribution of about $200. Now, our length of time for this investment is 40 years. And some of you might be going, whoa, dude, I have no plans to work until I'm 65 or even older. And that's fine. You just need to adjust your plan and your priorities to speed that process up, which means adding more money to these accounts. But retiring early isn't something everyone can do, or maybe they even want to do. And for our rate of return, we're going to be using 10%, which may seem high, but the S&P 500 has had an annual return of 10% before accounting for inflation. So this number is completely acceptable, and we are going to compound this return annually. And over that 40 years, you would have only contributed $96,000 of your own money. But by letting your money work in the market, reinvesting your dividends, and letting compounding interest work its magic like Tom Brady in the fourth quarter, you would have over $1,062,000. Now think about that for a second. For less than $100,000 of your own money, as long as you are consistent, you can join the Double Comma Club in retirement. Now, if you're someone who graduated college and you're 25, this puts you at 65 years old. So this is not unreasonable. It's just that many college graduates probably weren't taught this in school, or maybe they just aren't thinking about retirement. But this just shows you how valuable compounding and consistent investment contributions are to growing your long-term wealth. And if you can afford to invest more money, then not only would you reach $1 million sooner, but you're going to have more money overall. But small amounts early on have big return potential. Now, if you're not 25 years old, then the numbers could work out differently for you. But here I show you how much you would need to contribute to become a millionaire by the time you turn 65. And we're going to look at every 5 years that you go up from the age of 25. Now, if you just started 5 years later at the age of 30, then you would need to invest $10.19 per day. If you started at the age of 35, you would need to invest $16.77 per day. And at the age of 40, it would jump up to almost $28 per day. And then it really starts to increase, because at the age of 45, if you were to start, you would need to invest $48 per day. Then once you hit 50, you would need to invest over $86 per day to become a millionaire by the time you turn 65. Then beyond that, you would need to invest hundreds of dollars per day. So what I hope this really shows you is that the earlier that you can start, is that the easier it can be. Now, okay, you see how you can make it to $1 million, but if you don't already have a Roth IRA, you might be wondering where you can open one and how to open one. And the good news is there are a lot of places that offer Roth IRA accounts. There's Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, Wealthfront, Betterment, and plenty of others. And I've personally been transitioning my Roth IRA over to M1 Finance. And opening these accounts take just a few minutes of your time. Now, just because you open a Roth IRA doesn't mean your money is automatically invested. The Roth IRA is just the account where your money goes. You still need to select what funds or stocks that you want to invest in. Now, earlier I mentioned the S&P 500, and you can buy S&P 500 index funds or ETFs, where you can buy a piece of all the companies in the S&P 500. And this reduces your risk by not placing all your money in a single company, and this offers great diversity as well. Now, popular S&P 500 funds include VOO, SWPPX, VFIAX, and VXIAX, and plenty of others. And these are all pretty similar as far as performance is concerned. You also have total market index funds or ETF, which again provide great value and really good historical performance. And these funds own an entire piece of the entire market. So be sure to do your research of which broker and which funds you want to use and the fees associated with those accounts. But I do believe index funds are a great investing strategy, and it makes investing just easier for people. But once you open your account and you select your investments, then now your money is in the market and is being put to work for you. Now, to make this goal a reality, understanding your finances is going to be important, so you can see how much you have to invest. And there are a lot of different budgeting options or apps out there, and a very simple option is the 20-30-20 budget. And I have a video explaining that, and you can check that out if you want to. But you want to know how much and where you're spending your money so you can determine how much money you have to invest. And it just helps you make a more educated decision. Then being able to invest without thinking about it, it's great, because this leaves less room for emotions or psychological thoughts of investing, which can really impact people. Because if you're trying to time the market to get that extra share, or maybe you think a dip is coming, this could end up costing you. And thankfully, many places allow automatic investments to reduce that human interaction. You can just set up how much you want to, or you can afford to invest each week or each month, for example. And your money is moved without you doing anything. And since you're investing in consistent intervals, you also get to take advantage of dollar cost averaging, which is going to adjust your overall cost per share. You can also look to cashback credit card rewards or banking account bonuses to help fund this account, because there are some really good bonuses out there that can help you. For example, the Chase Freedom Flex, it has a $200 cashback bonus, plus it earns 5% back on rotating categories. The $200 bonus is equal to 1 month of investing at $6.58 per day to help you reach that $1 million goal. And it may not seem like a lot, but that was $200 that you did not need to add yourself. Now, becoming a tax-free millionaire, it may seem unattainable when you're starting from $0 or a very low balance, but it is very possible. The key is to invest consistently and ideally start younger. Although you can still reach this goal if you were to start later in life, it's just going to take a little bit more work by adding more money each month. But you can see that it is possible to become a millionaire by investing about $6.50 a day. And opening a Roth IRA, it just takes a few minutes, and low-cost index funds just might be your best friend here. Now, just like with everything else in life, it's a balance. You don't want to make yourself miserable by investing every free dollar that you have and not enjoying things that you like to do. But if you set or make a budget, then you'll be able to balance the retirement investing along with living life as well. So let me know, have you started working towards becoming a tax-free millionaire? Now, if you're someone who's looking for ways to pay less taxes, then be sure to check out this video right here where I tell you 3 simple ways to pay less taxes and reduce your taxable income. And if you know somebody who would find this video useful, feel free to share it with them, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.